Right, here we go. Quick unboxing of the new Avatar 2. So I believe that is the right way to pronounce it, not the Avata, because when it first came out, the DJI or the adverts all had it being pronounced as Avatar, and I think it's quite obvious it's a play on the words of the movie and the term for a copy of other things. So Avatar, I reckon. Um, so arrived just now, so I'm going to do unboxing and then I will charge everything up, get everything updated as far as software, and then we'll do a bit more of an in-depth review. I've got my old Avatar there, which I'll be selling. There won't be much compatibility, I'm sure, between components, but that usually comes at a later date. So I've also ordered the new controller 3 because I'm not. Well, I mean, it's great fun. The sort of the hand controller, single hand controller. Oh, I don't know if you can see in the background the hound wanting to get in. So here we go. Let's unbox it. See what's happening. So a little tab here to pull somehow. Or not. Oh, there's a big cellophane thing around the whole lot, which I've got to find first. Use me now. So this came from a company called DJI Official UK. I chose this rather. Normally I buy everything from DJI for their 1%, massive 1% cashback. Not cashback, but rewards money towards more equipment. But I mean, for 1%, it's not much, is it? And then the company I bought this from, I'll put a link hopefully to the name of them. But they gave you at least 128 gig memory card, which is worth a few quid. A little metal case for SD cards, and a mouse mat stroke landing pad for something small like a mini or something. So here we go, opening up. There's a barcode for first use, so we'll do that later. This is purely a unboxing. So there we go, and there. Pull out, so everything's in the carry case. I have to admit, whilst most of the carry cases are very nice, I never tend to use them. I usually buy a hard case like this one here. So again, this is my Avatar 1, so we'll have that to compare sizes. So no idea whether this is leather or not. I wouldn't imagine it is. We've got a waterproof style zip, a water repellent zip. Open it up, got a bag in the top section there. Let's put another light on. Got a zipped bag area there, and in that are props and a little instruction book. Now, on all the Facebook forums, people ask lots of questions. Some of the questions are very daft questions. Really, by law, by every country's law, as far as I'm aware, to fly a drone, you've got to make yourself fully aware of the manual. So yes, it's good to use the hive mind of a forum, but really you've got to knuckle down and go through everything yourself. That's just a top tip, okay? And then also stops you asking stupid questions. So manual in there. What else we got? We have looks like some lens replacement lens for the goggles. So it's goggles 3 now. Not sure what they're going to be like. I'm a bit nervous with the goggles 3. The goggles 2 I loved. Now what is that little thing? That does look like... What is that? No idea what that is. What is this? No idea. Is it for removing the... is it a little device for removing the goggles? Or is it even... a guard to cover? You're not meant to really have direct light going into the lenses. Yeah, no, that goes on the head. So that's a pad for the headrest, I think. We'll find out later as we go. Okay, onward. So anything else in there? Yeah, there's more things in there. A little tool for taking your props off. There's a cable for connecting your drone to the computer. Right, here's the drone. We'll weigh it in a minute. And sorry about the dog barking in the background. Let's get this little chap out. There we go. So, first impressions. Yeah, definitely bigger than the first one. Not massively bigger. Props, no idea whether they're bigger. Smaller the props, kind of the noisier the drone is, so maybe slightly bigger props might make it quieter. Looks like a better system for the battery going in. The Avata had a habit of, if you did land it rather heavily, the battery could dislodge, so turtle mode type restarts were impossible if the battery was not attached. And there's a little bit more of a protection for the camera. That's one of the most vulnerable parts, is the camera if you have a collision. A little bit of these orange parts are rubberized on the front there. So that is that's the first Avatar, and that is the Avatar 2. So definitely bigger. It's a slicker looking thing. I've read a few reviews saying that the prop guards are harder to replace than on this. But I must admit, I've only seen some scratches there, but on the first one, but nothing terrible. So there we go. That's that. Let's put it there next to the first form of it. And in here is the goggles. So open that up. Apologies again for the dog barking. She's a little Wheaton Terrier, and she's quite something. She's a lovely little girl, but she's quite demanding, I have to say. Right, so that bit of foam just looks like for transportation. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what that is for. We'll find out. I don't think it's a lens guard. Is it a lens guard? It might be. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure about this new mechanism, whether it will eliminate light. I've got a big old head, so hopefully this is going to fit me, and we will find out. So there's a ratchet system on the back of the headrest to tighten and loosen. So it's a neater sort of setup than the old one. So there we go. And again, we'll do a more in-depth comparison. What else is in the bag of tricks? So there's a 3 battery charger. Usually on most drones you can connect the drone directly to a power supply, but it's harder with the. Actually, that's the point. Where is the access to? If you want to plug a USB-C in and get to the memory card, where are those? Because they're very. Oh, right. Well, that's a lot better. Crikey. So on the original, you really got to be nimble with the fingers. There's also a flap, which on the first one, which let me see how easy I can show you. It's probably even too hard to show you, but sort of down inside there's a flap you've got to lift out the way. It's really tricky, and if you were to start the drone and that flap sticking out, you would damage the props, and all sorts would happen. So that's a lot. That's a big positive, is the access for that. Another thing, which is another reason I bought this, is the camera's a lot better. So you can see on my Avatar 1, I've got a sort of a mounting system for an action camera, because I don't think the actual camera on the Avatar is that great on the first one. So I'm hoping this is meant to be a much better one. That's fingers crossed. That's the reason I've dipped into my pocket to buy this. Okay, so yeah, that's the power. That's the charging bank, so you can do that safely. It controls the charging there, keeps everything together, and then finally, all right, okay, this is a lot smaller than the last hand controller. So it's kind of like, I tell you, it reminds me very much of my first ever Skeletrix set. Was a tiny little thing like this. So I believe you can fly backwards this time, which you couldn't before, and so they've modernised it. So it's quite quite unsubstantial, doesn't feel particularly strong, and it's a lot smaller. Again, I've got a big head and I've got big hands, so my fingers barely fitting into there, unfortunately. But to be frank, I ain't going to be using it. So I'll do a comparison again with the previous one. Right, I think that is it. That's everything in here. And let's stick my fingers down inside deep. Little side pockets on the bag to keep some odds and sods. So there you go. Don't think this is leather. So I did see one reviewer say it's leather. Let me have a quick look. Look for some English, German, French. Fabric polyester. God dear, oh dear. I mean, it doesn't look anything like leather, but another reviewer who will remain nameless said it was. So no, not at all. I don't. Who needs leather for this anyway? Thank you for watching. Any questions? Let us know. More in depth one coming up. Cheers.